You've sparingly played the IPL. You played for three teams, not a lot of matches. Haven't quite found your touch with the bat. What's missing in the entire picture?
If you look at the results as a whole, it doesn't look very pretty. But if you look
Yeah.
at the background and everything that's gone into it, there's not a lot of people that would do a lot better either.
Can someone be picked purely on the basis of their fielding skills in this current day and age of cricket?
Oh, that's actually a really good question. But the bowlers have the opportunity to impact the game, unless you're Bumrah, who can bowl on anything. I think just either something where the pitch is a little bit tacky or the boundaries are maybe a little bit bigger.
I mean, he also mentioned that it's just that the bowlers are required to upskill and not the batters.
That is fair. The bowlers have such a small margin for error.
Glenn, thanks for joining. I'll get right to it. You've sparingly played the IPL. I mean, you played for three teams, not a lot of matches. Haven't quite found your touch with the bat. What's missing in the entire picture?
I mean, I suppose if the research was done into that question, understanding that the first IPL was on some terrible pitches in Sharjah, I had a couple of balls roll. Then my next set, I got player of the match, then didn't play the next game, so you lose a bit of momentum. I've come in with 1 over to go, trying to hit every ball for six. So if you look at the results as a whole, it doesn't look very pretty. But if you look at the background and everything that's gone into it, there's not a lot of people that would do a lot better either. So it's not necessarily about those results for me per se. It's more about the learnings that I took from those situations, so that maybe for when the opportunity does come one day to maybe have a consistent role, then hopefully I'm ready. Whether that's this IPL or whether, the IPL has a nature of obviously 4 overseas that can play. And sometimes people have injuries. You come in, you come out. Things are always a little bit unsettled. And sometimes you just have to be informed at the right time. And, maybe this is the year. Maybe it's not.
Yeah.
I'd love for it to be the year. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. But for me, it does come down to sticking to that process, trying to give to the team that I can at that point in time. Usually, as you see in cricket, the more extended run that you get, obviously, the more the results and things tend to, I suppose it's called an average for a reason. Over a period of time, things always average out.
Your fielding is something that has always stuck out. It's always been, I mean, in this age of social media, clips and everything, fielding is something that has stuck out for you. It's gotten most attention, I guess. Can someone be picked purely on the basis of their fielding skills in this current day and age of cricket?
Oh, that's actually a really good question. I reckon that would be something where that impact player rule could almost stay if it ever does change. I think you could almost have an impact fielder rule, because there's some seriously good fielders out there that often don't quite qualify for the teams from their main number one skill. But say, the batting team is done, maybe they can sub in a fielder that is absolute jet in the field. I think that can change a game. And maybe one day there will be a specialist fielder role. But picked purely on their fielding, I think you probably need at least one other skill. You still need one, I think. One skill in your fielding can be your second at least.
I was talking to Sam Curran last year about the impact player rule, and he said that now a crap fielder can actually get subbed off because of the impact player rule. Do you agree with that?
I think it depends on the team. Like for us, for example, we subbed Shahrukh Khan out as our impact player the other day, and he's a gun fielder. We're blessed that we've got a lot of very good fielders in our side, and all our bowlers are very good fielders as well. So we're not really losing out. But maybe in other teams where you've got an injured player that is still able to do their number one skill, but maybe not able to move in the field as much, I think that can have a big role. To be able to sub them out, bring in obviously a bowler, but a bowler who can field. You keep all your agile fielders on without missing out the opportunity with that person with the bat. So I definitely think it does have its advantages. As we see, we're potentially going to produce less players like Hardik, who are just absolutely phenomenal with both bat and ball. So I'm not saying that all-rounders will be completely out of the game, but if you had the opportunity to play an extra out-and-out bowler and an extra out-and-out batter, why wouldn't you?
I'll also, this is something that Tabriz Shamsi was mentioning in a couple of social media posts, that in its current format, T20 cricket is not fair. I mean, the bat versus ball challenge. The gap is just getting bigger and bigger. Where do you see it?
Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty fair comment around cricket as a whole. There's definitely a couple of things that could easily even the contest out. The skill set is still the same, but boundaries potentially 10 meters too small or pitches too close to State Highway 1. If the boundaries are going to be small, the pitch needs to be difficult to bat on. If the boundaries are going to be big, maybe you can have a flat pitch. I just think there needs to be a bit more evenness. That's not saying that batting is easy and that bowling is hard, but we have seen, especially through the World Cup recently, when there is something in it for the bowlers, the contest is even. Scores are still getting 170, 180, which is a really, really interesting brand of cricket. But the bowlers have the opportunity to impact the game. Unless you're Bumrah, who can bowl on anything, the rest of us.
Yeah.
So I think just either something where the pitch is a little bit tacky or the boundaries are maybe a little bit bigger.
I mean, he also mentioned that it's just that the bowlers are required to have skill and not the batters.
That is fair. The bowlers have such a small margin for error. That's, I think, where the pitch and the field conditions, definitely come into it. If a batter can just swing and get away with it, because the wood is so good, the batters are so used to trying to hit sixes all the time. The small boundaries definitely help them, and a bowler has this much margin.
Yeah.
So if the pitch becomes a slightly more difficult pitch to bat on, then the bowlers have a little bit more margin for error. It's a very, very, very difficult skill. We're asking guys to bowl 130 Ks and hit a penny on the line, or bowl a bunker in the perfect place without being too high to be given wide. And you can't bowl it down leg side, and you can't bowl it wide if the batter moves. They definitely have it hard.
So I'll just wrap up lastly by asking, I mean, these are points that you already made about the flat pitches, about top edges flying off and going into the stands completely, very easily at that. Is this player requirement, or is this a broadcaster requirement? Is this a competition requirement? And how do we sort of bring the game back to making it sensible?
That's a very fabulous question. I definitely don't have the answer for it. I suppose from a broadcast perspective, if I was just a watcher, seeing balls fly everywhere is fantastic. But then as a person who loves a very good tough game of cricket, I like to see wickets. I like to see a better plan. I like to see, there to be some tough grind in there. So I guess the cricket purist in me probably wants a little more of an even contest, but the understanding of an entertainment brand perspective, if the ball goes far, it looks pretty cool. If the ball travels fast in the outfield, it is a high octane brand of sport. And I mean, I suppose until the fans stop enjoying it, why would it change? As much as I would love for the bowlers to have more impact, I can understand from a broadcast perspective what it takes to, I guess, entertain people on TV.
Thank you so much, Glenn, for giving your time.
Thank you.